And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to something very different, something very special. Welcome back to the 5.4K patch clash number 2. I'm of course just VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well, and by a crazy patch. Oh boy. Let's go. Let's jump right on into it here as we have our TVP and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Celestial Enclave. We have the Orange Terran player. We have the American Terran. For the Platinum Heroes, it is Patches. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Teal Protoss player. We have representing Born Gosu. Oh, representing Born Gosu, it is Greenert. And if you're in the chats, predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Coming into this, I would typically favor Greenert. He would typically be a heavy favorite, but at the same time, we're playing on a new patch. Oh boy. It doesn't help that we're also playing on different maps as well. Chat, I mean, there's a lot to get into when it comes to the map itself. I believe this is one of the maps that was submitted for the TLMC. Interesting. We have mineral walls to go through the natural. Okay, you have my attention. So we have a pocket base, and we also have a mineral wall that you can go through with your workers, so you can actually scout, and you can potentially cannon rush as well. As a result, bear that in mind, so you can dip in and out of each other's bases. Likewise, the third base here, or the natural, is actually very secure. High ground. There's an entrance here on the left hand side. Looks like these rocks could be knocked down. Honestly, this looks like a really easy map to secure yourself on 3 bases. Very easily secured on 3 bases. And even the 4th base as well. You can knock down the towers. This looks like a very turtley, I say turtley map, a map where you can establish yourself on 3 and 4 bases relatively easily here. I feel like this map is featuring some concepts that have fallen by the wayside in modern StarCraft. Maps where you can secure yourself on a base count like this are few and far between. Like, I'm thinking of Tokamak, for example, but even this I feel like is even a little bit more extreme compared to Tokamak. Interesting. But what is more interesting than the map, arguably, is the patch. Welcome to the first of many mod tournaments that feature a patch that Patches came up with himself, in a way. This is the second iteration of the patch itself, of the tournament, I should say, and there's a lot of changes. So many changes. I was skimming over it just before the cast, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, from my understanding, it's not meant to be balanced. It's not designed necessarily to be balanced. It is more for fun. It is more for fun, more to shake things up, and more to shake the meta more than anything. Less so about, like, strictly, is this balanced compared to this, and things of that nature. It's meant to be refined over time more so than anything. It does emphasize more enjoyment and entertainment more than anything as well, which is crazy. When it comes to the patch itself, there's honestly too much to go through, as we will delay the CC. Nice start here for Greenert, getting 2 SCV kills already. He does get 2. But what I will say, kind of in summary, when it comes to the patch, is that there are a lot of upgrades. Specifically for Terran and Protoss, it feels like Zerg was touched the least, to be honest. Like, looking over the patch notes, it does feel like Zerg is the most similar. Which on the one hand means, oh, there's less I have to look up, but on the other hand, I don't think I'm gonna cast any Zerg players anyway. I mean, feels bad, man. Feels bad. But as you know, when it comes to online tournaments, there's barely any Zerg players to begin with, and same with this tournament here. There's not that much Zerg representation. We're expecting more TvT, TvP, and PvP instead. Which happens to be where most of the changes are. Speaking of, we already have our first upgrade on the way, and again, there are a lot of new upgrades. A lot of new upgrades have been added to the game for Protoss and for Terran, and it's honestly a little bit daunting. We do have a Dark Shrine on the way. DTs are also working very differently. I believe DTs, they are only cloaked if they have max shields. I believe if they end up losing some and they also, that's why you need the shield battery, true. There's so many changes. Only one is actually cloaked. Yeah, only one is cloaked, the other is within vision. So a little bit mistimed here from Greenert, and he'll be shut down. So a couple things just happened here. So when it comes to this patch, DTs, DTs, when any unit now, when they warp in outside of range of a gateway, they warp in without shields. And DTs require full shields to be cloaked. So because that's why there was a shield battery here, because the shield battery was meant to actually regenerate the shields of the DTs to cloak them, but Greenert moved out a little bit too soon. One of them wasn't completely full of shields, so it was within vision. There was a Raven as well. Got completely shut down. But that is one of the biggest changes, and I don't know if it's the most balanced, but the biggest change is that these proxies like this, when units warp in, don't have any shields. Also, warp gate as well. When units warp in using a warp gate, also 0 shields as well. So warp gate harass is very diminished, with units now only warping in with half their HP with a form of warp prism. Sorry, no, I didn't mean to say warp gate. I meant to say warp prism. That is crazy. Specifically for warp prism harass and warp prism usage and the ability to reinforce across the map as well. So Protoss aggression, Protoss harassment and aggression as well has been nerfed quite a bit in this patch, in this mod. More so than I feel like as much fun as a lot of the other like upgrades are when it comes to changing certain units, I feel like that is the biggest change. The fact that again the warp prism, warp gates, and just warp ins in general have been nerfed in such a way. Meanwhile, we're just expanding. We do see Greenert expanding in a linear fashion. He's not quite going for the pocket base yet. Likewise, Patch is also securing himself here on a 2-base setup, getting into his own bio tank. Another change here, I mean, there's so many changes, and again, I only just kind of glossed over, so I would recommend people maybe pointing things out in the chat as well. I would appreciate it. But I know there's an upgrade for tanks, for example, to reduce friendly fire. Ooh, as one tank does go down. Nice figure fear from Greenert. At the same time, Patches, he commits across the map here with 2 bases. Greenert does backstab. Boys are being cool to repair. Patches, he does defend. And Patches, he's just walking straight up in towards the natural. It does go in. It does go in. Gets a shield battery, gets a pylon, depowers a robo. And Greenert just doesn't really have much here. There's not much really to defend. There's no robo production. Stalkers, they come in from behind though. Nice snipe. Yeah, nice snipe here. Does take down the tank, and with the death of that tank, it looks like Greenert should hold. Whew. Yeah, that was close. Thankfully, he did have that backstab. Probe's still going to be going down, but Greenert will clean this up. Sniping every medevac. Every medevac goes down. One does barely escape. Oh no. And we're double expanding. You can see here we're building a CCL location on the pocket base. Likewise here on the right hand side as well, another base is being taken. So both players are expanding away from each other. I would have assumed they would have expanded here towards that more forward location, but that is not the case. So both players are expanding away. You have double forge, double upgrades here from Greenert, getting into Blink. It was a DT based opener, so the opener did set Greenert behind. Oh, the boys were here. A bit of a misrally. As boys, they were left behind. So he's going to be going down. Storm is another ability that was changed, of course. Actually, you know what? I may as well just quickly go over it. There's a drop coming in. But Storm is cheaper, but at the same time, I believe it does less damage. Sorry, it does less burst damage, I should say. It does the equivalent amount of damage over time, but at a slower rate. Maybe that's the way of putting it. So Storm has been changed, so it's a Disruptor. True. So yeah, Patch is moving out towards the left-hand side, moving out with his main army. We'll see if he can cause a distraction. Storm is done. Speaking of the high tempo, don't quite get caught out. Patches, what's going on? Yeah, Patches didn't quite notice in time. Does run into the army. Storm's going to be popping up. Oof, losing a full medevac. And medevac goes down. Patches does pull everything back home. pull everything back home. Likewise, Storm on the ramp. Heads towards the bases. Yeah, just zoning patches away. And Greenert is snowballing out of control. Snowballing out of control, just getting into some of the CCs. Getting top of the bases. Storm mainly zoning away. And Patches is in a rough place here. What the hell is that? What is this? Oh my god. So do you charge upgrade as well? Like that's just too much to keep up with. Quickly check. New upgraded kinetic resurgence. There we go. Upgrades charge to restore 20 shields on successful impact. Jesus, that's crazy. Okay. So apparently that's a charge. I mean, that now explains the color, I suppose. But whenever Zealots charge in, they do trigger shields now. Once it finishes. Yeah, as we just committed. Nice EMP, though. Very nice EMP. High Templar that were clumped up. No storms. No storms. Zealots as they do collapse in, getting into the first tank. Tank goes down, boys are being pulled, Patch is getting desperate. Reinforcers, they race back over, they run into more Zealots. I feel like kinetic resurgence is crazy because like charge-based openers are already quite powerful. Or they can be quite powerful, quite defensive, I should say. They already have their place in the mid to late game, so getting a buff like a shield recharge buff sounds crazy, but GG gets called, and Greenert will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Greenert, he does take a lead in the series. Again, there was a lot going on there. And when it came to the game itself, I mean, for the most part, it was looking pretty normal as to what we expect. A lot of the upgrades didn't actually get to impact the game too much. We didn't quite get there. Likewise, we had a cheeky start by Greenert, and he did fall behind going for the proxy Dark Shrine. It did not really pay for itself. It did fall on its face, but we saw that maybe Patches overextended in the aftermath, pushing towards the natural, pushing towards the bases of Greenert. Did overextend, lose his army, and did lose a lot of momentum after losing said army as well. GG. GG, well played with that. We're getting into game number 2. Greenert does take a lead in the series, and we'll see where this takes us. We shall see. After the series, we'll be going over the bracket itself, going over the brackets, and catching up on the matches as well. We'll get there, we'll get there. Here we go. What chance? Oh, as here we go. What chance does a patch like this? Have going to a pro level? Good way to get new strategies. If you're talking about I think there's like 2 questions here maybe. What are the chances that pro players start actively competing and using this patch, and tournaments start using this patch, or if this patch gets pushed live? I think I would say, again, as I mentioned before, patches, I think he intentionally has stated that this patch is more designed for fun more than anything, but I believe there are some changes here that may be taken and may be added. So in a way, I think this is good for maybe testing purposes, testing out different things, different ideas, and potentially, you know, pushing them forward to like another patch, to like something that's maybe a little bit more tame, a little bit more quote-unquote realistic when it comes to patching the game. I can see that happening for sure, but we'll see. We'll see. Regardless, spawning in the top left-hand corner of washouts, we have the teal Protoss player. We have the teal Protoss himself. Oh, Roseanne-born Gosu. It is Greenert. As spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the orange Terran player. We have the orange Terran himself. It is Patches. What are we getting into? Okay. I think I've cast on Washout before, if I'm not mistaken. So another one of these newer maps in the map pool. Looks like we have hybrid bases here towards the top and bottom side in the center. We have the center, not Zelnaga, but center rocks here that can be knocked down to open up the center area as well. Yeah, more hybrid bases on the edge. Okay, okay. That's a lot of towers. Wait, what? Do these towers destroy the gold minerals? It looks like it would, right? Like, if you knock down this tower, it would go over specifically the gold minerals. Like, here as well. Okay, interesting. So it looks like we have destructible minerals potentially. Yeah, even here. Yeah, even here. Here's its cooling tower, and it's right over the gold minerals. So it looks like every gold mineral patch is destructible. Okay. As patches does open up with a proxy factory. Ooh, one base all in. One base all in at patches. 2 axes back at home. 1 factory across the map. We are committing. We are all in. So Mass Reaper alongside Hellion, I would assume. We'll see. Oh, the Ewoks are dancing. Let's go. Over a dead body, question mark. But yes, Patches, he's going to commit. Behind this Greenert, he is going for his Probe Scout. Sorry, he's going for the Adept Scout. So late Scout out of Greenert. Ay, ay, ay. Does move in, takes down one of the Reapers, does scout 3 Reapers already. That is a sign, that is a tell, that is a tell that something is wrong. And the Greenert, he will need shield batteries. So he has an idea that something is amiss. We're going into Proxy Armory. Okay. Proxy Army for not Proxy Heli, but Proxy Widow Mine. Likewise, we have an upgrade on the way here on the Tech Lab. This, what is this? Okay, hold on. I gotta consult my notes. Terran Widowmine. Okay, so once again, the army does allow the Widowmine to be cloaked once it gets borrowed. True. These Reapers are pushing in. What is that upgrade though? Oh, right, there's a Reaper upgrade. True. I think that's a Reaper upgrade, which does more damage to buildings. There we go. As Reapers are moving in. We have Glaives on the way here for Greenert. Smash also going off. So far getting baited. Almost. Almost getting baited. But the upgrade is called Enhanced Munitions. That's it. So Enhanced Munitions... Yeah, it does bonus damage to buildings. So he can try to break through that shield battery. Not much easier, but Reapers are still going to be going down. Askina. Testing out some of the Reapers. Oh, as you can see here, oh my god. The shield battery goes down. Reapers can now bust down buildings. Likewise, again, Widowmines are cloaked. Detection's on the way. Reapers are going for the pylons. The mines are going down. Oof. Ready for the fire. But yeah, the KDA charge is also a little bit larger as well, visually. For good reason. And Patches behind this, he will expand. It's a very delayed expansion. Patches, he was 1 base all in. Now he's taking a natural base, but so delayed. He expands as Greenert gets a 3rd. So Greenert, he's outscaling Patches. He's outscaling him. Once again, he does rotate, does head into the main base. There's a couple soldiers in position, only a couple. Oh, Ah, but Blink is done. Yeah, Blink is done. These Reapers are all going to be cleaned up. Despite the new fancy upgrade, they didn't really get too much done. They killed a pylon, killed a shield battery. But has been completely shut down. Every Reaper falls. It was a cheeky build that is a little bit more unique to this patch. True. I appreciated that. Oof. Himba. But Greenert, he was just playing solid. Playing standard. Getting into the mid game. Otherwise, Waddle's in. Yeah, it does head across map. Reapers. We're still going mass. Gee, I didn't even notice. I assumed we were just going to be switching to Bio, but no, he's still going mass Reaper. Still nothing but Reapers. The boys are being pulled. The Reapers are committed to the main base. They're going for the Robo. And they will kill it. Jesus, they destroy buildings so quickly. Robo goes down, but the Colossus pops. GG gets called, and Greenert, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Reapers getting a taste of how things used to be. Back in the day, they used to actually have grenades that would actually destroy buildings quite quickly, or damage buildings quite heavily. Here we kind of go back to that here, and it's from my understanding, the purpose of that KDA charge upgrade is just to give Reapers a little bit more utility getting to a longer game. I don't know how accurate that is. Like, I'm thinking of like a standard game state. I don't know if it's ever really viable to switch into Reaper production from Marine or Marauder production, just to harass, just to be able to deal more damage to buildings. It does feel like a very niche upgrade, but hey, we got to see it. Good to see it showcased here. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Greenert as claim it. And with that, let's catch up in the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Let's go.